So this is the part where I talk about the first and last of me that are not trans related. I just made a cup of coffee. Maybe I feel and seem a little bit more alive and awake than I did 10 minutes ago. So the first time I genuinely felt happy was in July or August 2009. We went on a holiday that time to Italy for 2 weeks, no, for 12 days or something. So I went with my dad and my stepmom, my sister, and my family. One of my family. My uncle, my aunt, my sister, my 2 cousins, my 2 nieces. My aunt is actually from Sardinia, which is an island near Italy, by Italy. So she's actually from that place, and I always enjoyed the idea of going on a holiday with family, because I always thought that was very cozy and very nice. So we went, yeah. I wasn't actually that happy at that time. I was in a very messed up relationship. By the way, I wasn't really aware of my gender back then, although there is a little bit of a story to it, but I will explain that after I told you why I was so genuinely happy on that holiday. So, but I wasn't really in a good state of mind at that time, because I was in a very messed up relationship. I lost a lot of weight in that time. I was actually very skinny, and that was the last time that I really was skinny. It was almost to a point that my dad asked me if I was anorexic, which people would have never thought of me. But I was really in a messed up relationship back then. So I left my girlfriend at the time at home, and I had a crush, and it was almost about to end, the relationship. We both knew that. And I had a crush. I was in love with someone else at that time, and my girlfriend knew, and she threatened that she would tell her, and she tell the girl that I liked, and she told me that she was going to kind of hook up with her, kind of see if they could become friends a little. And my girlfriend was very outgoing and very flirtatious. So it kind of seemed to me, and she really did an effort to make it feel that way, that she was kind of going after her just to bother me. So I guess this explains what kind of bitch that my ex-girlfriend was. So, and I, as a control freak, going on a holiday with no internet at the time, and almost not able to use my cell phone, was really, 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 really worried. Really obsessed. So it was really amazing that I felt happy on that holiday one day. And I still remember, what happened. We we stayed at a beautiful house nearby the sea. You only had to walk, for 5 minutes, and then you were by the sea, by the ocean. And our family lived somewhere else in another village, but they always came to us so we could stay at the sea together and just go swimming together. And we also met some cool Italian people and hung out with them, and it was amazing. That was amazing, and I regret that I didn't really fully enjoy it, because I had no control of what was going on at home. But me as a control freak, that was kind of bothering me. So that day